They may know from the rising of the sun and from the west that there is none beside me. I am the Lord, and there is none else. I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil. I, the Lord, do all these things.
We tryna spread the word of God, while these ravening wolves dressed in sheep clothing get exposed and get away with fraud. But he gon' rule with Don Rod. That's why the kingdom road is narrow, but the hell will be a way that's broad. Y'all need to find out who you praising. You can't serve God and man, understand that's the way of Satan. Only the righteous gon' be taken, both the quick and the dead, so the saints got to be awakened. Persecuted but not forsaken, and if you think that he won't get you for that bacon, you mistaken. I'm hoping the evil we escape from every point of view, from Sunday Savage to playing passes the Reverend's revenue. That's why he told you I am he and he's a part of me, and everyone else who killed they yourself and joined the living tree. A man of war, he coming mighty as it can. You against him, try to take your last stand, and let me tell you who he is.
The Creator,
Alpha,
Omega, he's the maker,
redemption,
the Savior.
and let me tell you who he is.
From the beginning, Holy Omega, whose father gave air to be top alpha, who made the world and all things. If eugenics and evolution is your theme, then the books say, let a man tell his dream.
I have not sent these prophets, Jeremiah 23:21. They worship everything up under the sun. Will you be the creator, the lake that's gonna burn? You think your stardust can stand in time in your firm? Wanna be the butterfly, but it's like that worm?
In due time, you'll find doctrines of men always been a design to keep us in the dark, to keep us behind. From the Lord shine,
Hollers from the face of him that sit up on a throne. Your shield has been blown. This what you will find in
due time, worshipers of the shrine, but your teachers they lie, deities of all kinds.
You can't say misplaced and say mistake. The 7 things the Lord hate
ain't too far behind.
These things must be taught, must be told. Did they tell you that man would be more precious than an offer of gold? Yeah, the Lord's plan for man would unfold, so your theology can't be sold. This was said many generations ago, a warning from the prophets and apostles in the new and the old. Lukewarm, more like hot and cold. They bold on a platform that explode, untempered, putting on a show. Your salvation has only one place to go, like Sodom and Gomorrah, blinded up and can't find a door. But you call us radical? It's the Lord's will. Not how you feel. But I say
The Creator,
Alpha,
Omega, he's the maker,
redemption,
the Savior.
and let me tell you who he is.
Creator,
Alpha,
Omega, he's the maker,
redemption,
the Savior.
Israel better pay attention, felt the mention, the Lord hope you learn and listen.
Look, he had to come and despise his name, and he's gonna reign and gather his people. Think you a saint, but I can show you ain't. Your good and your bad is not equal. You better pray that on that dreadful day, he think you deserve a sequel. If not, then you can get dropped in the spot where you burn it eternal, you evil. I have no sympathy, your sentiments don't match your energy. You read the synthesis, the remnant is smart and skillfully the misery. Agony, the world gon' endure when the law start to pour out the vows of his war. His promise, I find it ironic, platonic. We got an assignment, demolish any false doctrines. Y'all prophets was looking for profit, my prophets was looking for knowledge. So we have nothing in common, no sense of having alignment. My trap, we call it confinement, reprobate. To see heaven's gate, your records gotta be straight. Law, statutes, and commandments in effect, not done the way. The man of war, he coming mighty as he can. You against him, try to take your last stand, and let me tell you who he is.
The Creator,
Alpha,
Omega, he's the maker,
redemption,
the Savior.
and let me tell you who he is.
Creator,
Alpha,
Omega, he's the maker,
redemption.
the Savior.
Check it out. Isaiah knew who he was.
Who else? Who else?
Micah knew who he was.
Who else? Who else?
Jacob knew who he was.
Who else? Who else?
Hezekiah knew who he was.
Who else? Who else?
John knew who he was.
Who else? Who else?
Abraham knew who he was.
Who else? Who else?
Israel knew who he was.
Who else? Who else?
The whole land knew who he was.
Who else? Who else?
Moses knew who he was.
Who else? Who else?
Zephaniah knew who he was.
Who else? Who else?
Matthew knew who he was.
Who else? Who else?
Zechariah knew who he was. That they may know from the rising of the sun and from the west. There is none beside me. I am the Lord, and there is none else. I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil. I, the Lord, do all these things.